Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We are going to continue it. I'm going to wait till y'all come and find that we're on because they interrupted the last one and it stopped. So please share the video. We're going to continue right where we left off. If this is the first video that you're watching this morning, there is a video before this video and it is called Inconsistencies and Unanswered Questions. I would encourage you to watch that video first. It'll put this video into context. All of this information is important and it is critical information. And I will use every opportunity I can to spread this information into the public space. And you too have that responsibility. So let us start by sharing this video everywhere you can this morning because it is important. And I have committed myself now to this course of action. And I call on Trinidad and Tobago to stand up in defense of our country. This is more than marching. Deodat Singh. This is plenty more than marching. They shut that first video down. If you are watching this video right now, you could continue to watch it live if you were watching the other video. Taken in context, there is another video, Inconsistencies and Unanswered Questions. You need to watch that video as well. But we're going to continue, run the live through a VPN. Sheldon Sutherland, we try all manner of things. That last video was broadcast on Digicel. This one is B-Mobile. Both of them backed up with Flow. At the end of the day, I can only do so much. I have 3 broadcast bills that I pay every month to keep this information coming. Let's get back on point. Please share the video now, share it quickly, share it everywhere, share it to everybody. Those of you who are now coming on to the video, it is being recorded off-site in the United States of America. Maya Khan is in charge of that and she records all of our videos. We also have a YouTube channel. We will put it on CD, we will burn it on DVD and send it to everybody. The people in Trinidad and Tobago have to know, they have to know what is going on in their country. Wake up now, share this video. As I'm saying one more time before we start back, before we get back into context of what we're saying, because there's a lot of information we're trying to share in this video. If you are watching this video this morning, there is a video that was just interrupted prior to this video that is called Inconsistencies and Unanswered Questions. This is Unanswered Questions Part 2. Please share please refer to Inconsistencies and Unanswered Questions also, so you have the full context. Share this everywhere. All we're dealing with today is information. The Progressive Empowerment Party offers itself as a real viable political alternative to what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago because neither the PNM nor the UNC could bring each other to justice. They have a pact called Mutual Assured Destruction. If PNM start going after UNC criminals, UNC will bust a mark on all the PNM criminals, and there are people in very high public offices and in private sector, high society Trinidad and Tobago that will collapse today. They know. One hole in grenade, the other hole in pin. And there is big business in Trinidad and Tobago behind both the PNM and the UNC. We are at a point now in Trinidad and Tobago. We are at a point now where everybody doubling down. I said to Trinidad and Tobago that we were never supposed to have a recession. I explained in the first video. I can't keep referring to everything else. But the reason this is called Unanswered Questions, and this is what I had gotten to when that last video ended. If Ansel Roger and Watson Duke, leaders of the 2 most powerful unions in Trinidad and Tobago, really are interested in stopping the government from selling Petro-Trin, marching is not the solution. To the people who are asking me if I am marching with Ansel Roger and the OWTU and the PSA in this march, the answer is no. I think that that entire march is a farce. I think that the OWTU, being led by Ansel Roger, is actually in cahoots with Keith Rowley and the 1%. I believe that these failed marches and these failed attempts are designed to go only so far and fail so that they could say, well, we tried. You didn't try. I want Trinidad and Tobago to understand this again, and this is very, very important. This is very, very important. The economic engine of Trinidad and Tobago, unfortunately, undiversified, stands on one leg. Petrotrin. National Gas Company to some extent, but we stand, this entire nation stands up on Petrotrin. If you steal Petrotrin, if you end up with ownership of Petrotrin, you own Trinidad and Tobago. All of the foreign exchange, all of the money, every single business in this country, every hairdresser, every yard boy, every mechanic, every tire shop, every doctor, every lawyer, everybody works for Petrotrin. This is not just OWTU. This is our country's wallet. This is our only economic engine. All them Charles chocolate and Sunshine snacks and chubby they exporting, that's bullshit money. That's bullshit money. Even Charles chocolate, Sunshine snacks and SM Jaleel relies on Petrotrin. The most important industry in this country is Petrotrin. We have always needed to diversify the economy. When they say diversify the economy, what they mean is establish other revenue streams so that the country doesn't stand on one leg, but it stands on one leg now. And if you have not diversified into sharing the weight on other legs, the person who ends up with control of Petrotrin controls Trinidad and Tobago. This is not about the OWTU. But the OWTU have a chance to show themselves as citizens of this country, as well as the PSA. Calling your march, oil and sugar marching together, is a play on racism. And again, all of you all acknowledge that this country is divided by black people who work for Petrotrin and Indian people who work for sugar. And that is the bullshit of Trinidad and Tobago that has been used to destroy it. Do not be distracted by nonsense. I'm calling on Ansel Roger this morning and Watson Duke. There is only one solution, because the government has said that they are going ahead to shut Petrotrin down, break it up and sell it. There is only one solution to this problem. There is one response. Because the government is relying on a McKinsey report that they spent $50 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars to acquire, and they are not releasing that report to the public. They even played so well to give us two other reports to get us distracted. The critical report is the McKinsey report, and they are going ahead acting on the McKinsey report while keeping it top secret, divesting Trinidad and Tobago's most important industry, selling the economy, shutting down the economy. When you shut Petrotrin down, you shut down Trinidad and Tobago. The government has to release the McKinsey report to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We need this Petrotrin matter to go to court. Trying to create an environment where the OWTU can offer to buy Petrotrin is madness. Petrotrin should not be for sale to anybody. Not anybody. Not right now. We know that Petrotrin was profitable. That if Malcolm Jones and Ken Julian and the band under Patrick Manning had not put the weight of $12 billion in stolen money, I just read to you in the other video, Kid Rowley's words from 2009, where he laid the responsibility at Patrick Manning's feet. Ansel Roger, the government is going forward with its plan. Your march can't stop that. March is bullshit for CNC3 to sell Guardian paper. March is bullshit for Massey to sell Express paper. We need another march. Stop distracting people with bullshit. There is only one solution in Trinidad and Tobago right now. Only one solution to stop the sale of Petrotrin, and that is to fire Keith Rowley and his government. There is only one solution to stopping the sale of Petrotrin, and that is to fire Keith Rowley and his government. I say it again, because if you have to post something on Facebook today, post fire Keith Rowley. Fire Keith Rowley. Fire Keith Rowley. The only solution to Petrotrin, to the raid on the country, is to fire Keith Rowley. Fire him. Fire him. Fire Keith Rowley and his government. I'll wait the sticking out. These bitches, and I'm telling you, this is why you all need to come to our next rally, Saturday. Spread the word. Saturday at Stanmore Avenue, PEP headquarters. Come out and bring everybody out. Trinidad, we are hesitating at our peril. The only way, share the video, please. I'm waiting them out. Share the video, please. Share it now. I know they're trying to stop the feed, Judith Crawford. That's all they could do. I am the last voice in Trinidad and Tobago, and they try in every way to restrict the ability to get this information to the public. Share the video, people. Share and keep sharing. Don't stop sharing. Tell people, stop what you're doing. Turn off your stove. Turn off the music. Stop packing to go to the beach. Listen to what we're discussing. The country is in peril, because if you do not deal with it now, you will deal with the consequences of it in the near future. Scott Timmy just asked a question, how to fire a government before election. And this is what I want to answer right now. If Ansel Roger and Watson Duke, if the OWTU and the PSA really was interested in Trinidad and Tobago, Enrique Tiwari, never post that on my wall again. You see that self-defeating bullshit about racist people don't have the courage to stand up? If you post that on my wall again, I will block you. You are undermining the effort to mobilize our people. All of you who talk that, who speak about the past, do not understand that the past does not equal the future. People told Martin Luther King that black people will never have rights. People told Susan B. Anthony that women will never have the vote. People told Rosa Parks that black people should know their place. People told Gandhi that England will always own India. Listen to what I am telling you this morning and stop sharing bullshit. Jamming still, we like it, so nonsense. We have an option now. We have a real chance to save Trinidad and Tobago. Focus on the present and focus on the future, please. Ansel Roger and Watson Duke, if you wanted to stand for this country with the people, I will stand with you. I will stand with you publicly. Call for a national shutdown. Shut this country down, with the exception of essential workers, because we cannot call for essential workers to stay away from work. But everybody else, shut it down and leave it shut down until the government collapses, until Keith Rowley has to instruct the president to dissolve the parliament and call an election. The only solution is to close your business, cut your expenses, call the family together and say it is sacrifice time. We're sacrificing for the greater good. During World War II, the British people learned to toast bread with a candle. And it used to take so long to toast, they invented this little metal thing where you put a candle below it and you toast one side of the bread. And people now don't know why British people like the toast done on one side. That's from World War II. That was sacrifice. That was sacrifice. We need to learn now that it takes sacrifice in the short term. M. Scott Peck wrote a book called The Road Less Traveled. Take the heat first. Enjoy the pleasure after. We need to now, we as a people who have never fought for our country, who have never stood up for our country, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago have to take responsibility for Trinidad and Tobago now, or we will end up in the employ of the Chinese expansion government and the 1%, who have made an unholy alliance to destroy and own this country. The only solution to Trinidad and Tobago's present plight, I want to tell you again, there are countries all over this world knocking on the doors of Trinidad and Tobago, want to come and pour billions of dollars in this country in investment. We don't need China and the Phoenix Park. That is Rowley's bullshit. We don't need China to build a shipping company. Why China and not Holland? Holland know more about water and tides and shipping than any country in this world. Why not Holland? Why not Holland? Why China? Why everything is China? Because all they're getting kickbacks and corruption paid into accounts in China. Come on, Kid Rowley, come straight to the people. Straight. Trinidad and Tobago, yes, your business could close down. Yes, you could lose your job. But I'm telling you, like the 9,000 people directly to be affected in pt2 who did not understand that a day would come when even they could lose their work. pt2 thought work was work for life. pt2 workers thought ham, jam, lamb for life. No matter what going on with the rest of Trini, we nice. Even them find out. So I want you to understand this. The risk is great, but the reward is greater if we stand together for our country. We need to evolve our politics beyond the bullshit of PNM and UNC racism. Those two parties are operated by criminals in this country. Massively wealthy criminals, fat on stolen public funds. And worse, when the Drug Enforcement Agency speaks about the alternate economy in Trinidad and Tobago, they're not talking about small fries. They're talking about large, wealthy businessmen and massive chains of companies in Trinidad and Tobago involved in washing cocaine dollars. You have to understand that the country is as it is because people have sat down and figured out how to use politics and to abuse political office to the benefit of their handlers so they could get their kickbacks. That is all that has happened to Trinidad and Tobago. That is all. And if we want a Trinidad and Tobago that survives, I am told this morning that the flip-flop company, Massey Communications, that Emil Elias bought a flip-flop communications company from Massey called Massey Communications to play a game to take Trinidad money and put it in Massey to finance Massey to be able to take over B-Mobile. So that the shutdown of all the TSTT offices as a cost-cutting measure was to gut the Communication Workers Union and privatize all of the office outlets of B-Mobile so that Massey Communications could take over B-Mobile from TSTT without having to encounter a union response. Another public company, profit-making company, being ripped from the people of Trinidad and Tobago by a rapacious 1%. Massey name, those sound like Massa accidentally. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. We're about to be enslaved. Wassa is next on the chopping block. Come back to pt2 this morning. These questions are not adding up. Ansel Roger and Watson Duke, the people of Trinidad and Tobago will stand with you. All of civil society and the private sector will stand with you. Let us shut it down and keep it shut down until the government is dissolved and an election is called in Trinidad and Tobago. Marching is a stunt to sell newspapers. Marching is too little, too late. The government is going to go forward with this transaction, Trinidad and Tobago. The government is going to go forward with this transaction to shut pt2 down, despite all the stunts that Roger is doing. And I am saying to Trinidad and Tobago, Roger, I sat on a round table with Ansel Roger. And I listened to that man speak when Rowley was in opposition. I sat on a round table with David Abdullah, Ansel Roger, Baptiste Primus, Keith Rowley, Faris Al-Rawi, I sat on a round table with them and I listened to them. And I listen, Enrique Tiwari, do not take it personally, please. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. We need to stop working against ourselves. We need to build on hope. That is all I am saying. I sat on a round table with Keith Rowley and Ansel Roger and Jennifer Baptiste Primus and Faris Al-Rawi and listen to them talk about how to get what you want done. This deal, this little fallout, this bullshit with Roger going and meet with Kamala. That's bullshit. All of that is stunting for the media. And you see what the people do? The people ignore it. The people ignore it completely. That means that the people of Trinidad and Tobago are awake. That they understand that a lot of this is bullshit. I am saying again, stop the stunting. Save the marching. It is time to fire the government. The only method by which we can fire this government is to shut this country down. Shut it down. Stop any transactions. Pass by, don't buy. Stop. We need to grind our own country, with the exception of essential services, to a halt. Nothing must be done. No taxis must drive. Schools must close. You have to get yourself to a place where the people of Trinidad and Tobago once again call the shots. Keith Rowley is about trying to get all of the items that is on his list accomplished. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, the last unanswered question I have is for you. Trinidadians get distracted by your Oreo statement. I play around with it a little bit too. But before you called Rowley an Oreo, you said something else. Remember that, Kamala? Remember that? Judith Crawford is asking me what was that about with Enrique Tiwari. I told Enrique Tiwari, stop posting on my threads. We jamming still, we like it so, people racist and they ain't gonna change. I am not tolerating that nonsense on any of my lives or any of my walls again. And I'll block people for posting that. We cannot continue to live like the past equals the future. It is time for hope. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, in the speech where you called Keith Rowley an Oreo, you said something else first. Something a lot more important. And the media heard you and decided to make it go away by focusing on the racist comment Oreo. And I waited for the 9 days to pass. And I waited for everybody to exhaust themselves with Oreo. And everybody who wanted to weigh in on Oreo. And every meme, Stefan Reese put on a shirt, Rowley say he proud of the Oreos. No problem. That's done. I want to bring you back, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, to the statement that you made when you said, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, when you said that the 1% tried the same thing with you. What did they try, Kamala? When you said that the 1% have their man now to do their bidding, that they tried it with you first and you turned them down. That's what you said. But you never told the nation. And I am asking you now, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, to come clean with Trinidad and Tobago. Tell us who was that 1% that tried it with you. Tell us who were the people who approached you. Tell us, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, you offer yourself as an alternative government. Tell us this morning, tell Trinidad and Tobago, who are the 1% that approached you? Tell us, what did they want? If they tried to buy you, Kamala? Who was the they? And what did they try to buy? What was the offer? Enough with this stunting, Trinidad and Tobago. Enough with the bullshit and the distraction and the jokes. All of we want to be a comic. All of we want to share bullshit and memes because we take our role and our responsibility as citizens in this country, we take it lightly. We are lazy and irresponsible, and it is time that the entire nation woke up and spoke like this and better. We need to ask everybody. This morning I want to know, Ansel Roger and Watson Duke, you know, because you said in my presence that shutting down the country is the most powerful tool that we have at our disposal. Why? Facing an imminent closure. Why march? Why not shut it down? Kamala Prasad says, I want to ask you this morning, you said that the 1% approached you to do what they're doing with their boy Rowley. Who are those 1% people? And what did they approach you with? I want to ask Trinidad and Tobago this morning to find out, where did Camille Robinson Regis get that $143,000 that was in that brown paper bag? We need to know. Ask that question. I want Emil Elias and B-Mobile to account for the sale of B-Mobile to Massey, the same Massey that they took Trinidad and Tobago dollars from to buy Massey Communications. And finally, Keith Rowley, with every nation in the world beating a path to our door because our labor bill is 1/10 what they pay in America. With our sunshine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why is every country in the world who is trying to do business to bring billions of dollars of investment into this country that will boom it, that will take our TT to US to 3-to-1 in quick time? Why are you blocking other countries from investing in Trinidad and Tobago? I asked these questions this morning on the heels of a budget tomorrow. I have Keith Rowley's entire contribution and Kamala's as well in 2009. I am going to rely on their positions to hold this government and the opposition to task. It is time Trinidad and Tobago stopped supporting charlatans and stunt artists, fooling you with fake politics, dividing you with imitation race problems, to sell you and your children's children to a rapacious 1%, and now an expansive colonizing China trying to eat Trinidad and Tobago. Those 5 questions, we need answers. Kamala, who was the 1% who approached you? And what did they approach you with that was so significant that you could say that they have the boy now in Rowley? You call him an Oreo. He white inside and black outside. Because you say they couldn't get it from you. What couldn't they get? Republic Bank, First Citizen Bank, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Attorney General and the Integrity Commission. Where did Camille Robinson Regis get the $143,000 that she went to the bank in a brown paper bag? Where did she get that? Keith Rowley, why are no other countries being allowed to invest in Trinidad and Tobago besides China? OWTU and PSA, why are you fooling the nation with a fake march when you know that the solution to the Petrotrin problem is to fire the Prime Minister and his government, and that the only way to do that is to shut the country down? These are the questions I want to ask Trinidad and Tobago this morning. Ignore the rest of the political pontificating, the bullshit, the memes, the race baiting. Ignore the stunting. Focus your mind today. The government is relying on a McKinsey report that we paid $50 million for, but we've never seen. The media don't talk about the McKinsey report because they've been instructed not to. Keith Rowley, where's the McKinsey report? Lay it in the parliament. Give it to the public. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have a responsibility to this country. pt2 is ours. We own it. And our response to this government must be, it must be immediate. It must be united. And it must be strong. It is time to evolve our politics beyond the bullshit now. Evolve our politics beyond the bullshit now. And let us rescue Trinidad and Tobago. Until I speak with you tomorrow after the budget, Trinidad and Tobago, stay safe. Keep yourself and your family safe. Gird your loins. Protect yourself and your family. Spend the money that you have storing up the important items that you need, so that if a shutdown of the country materializes, you can sacrifice. We need to go there. This government needs to be fired. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.